Halo Sobat Unggul, senang sekali saya Aris yang akan ditemani oleh Bapak Bugi Satrio dapat menemani Anda dalam podcast Unggul Special Edition yang kali ini akan mengangkat tema yang sangat spesial, yaitu Road to Second International Symposium Physical Fitness and Sport Nutrition atau yang disingkat ISPEN 2024 dengan tema Emerging Trends in Nutrition, Physical Activity, and Exercise. Sebelum mengetahui lebih lanjut tentang event Second ISPEN 2024 yang akan diselenggarakan ini, kita akan terlebih dahulu menyapa narasumber kita yang sangat spesial. Kita kedatangan salah satu narasumber pada ISPEN 2024 yang akan diselenggarakan di tanggal 7
Agustus besok ya?
Iya. Kita
Halo,
sambut
Profesor Ibrahim, how are you doing?
Fine, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, I'm fine also. We are
great.
fine
Great
also.
here.
Yeah.
So your name is Professor Ibrahim Dabayebeh, right?
Yes, Ibrahim
Dabayebeh from University of Jordan.
Yes.
Dan bersama-sama kita akan mengulik tentang Simposium Internasional ISPEN,
Yeah.
mulai dari tujuan, jadwal pelaksanaan, inti acara, dan juga manfaat yang dapat kita ambil, khususnya dalam dunia kesehatan.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, we would like to ask you about what is ISPEN. So would you please explain it
First,
to us? Yes.
before that, I would like to thank you for this interview and
Yes.
for
It's an honor.
organizing this event. I would like to thank the university for
Yes.
hosting me, the university
You are most welcome.
Esa Unggul,
Yeah.
and also Dr. Kaswari for inviting me for this event. It's a great pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Yes, for ISPEN, it's a nice meeting at the international level that combine the science of sport or exercise, physical activity, with nutrition. And there will be some activity concerning students, undergraduate students, and it's very nicely done, organized in a way that everybody will benefit of that. The undergraduate students will benefit because they will get some knowledge with the way of organization this event of workshops. They will learn about sport nutrition, how to integrate maybe technology with the nutrition
okay,
and the
yeah.
sport, and also to learn maybe new concept from invited speakers. So that's the first day, and the second 2 days it will be more focused toward research and more input from people all over the world coming to this event.
Okay.
Yes.
And the third day?
And the
Third day?
second and the third day, it
Oh,
will
second
be
and
for
third day,
more
okay.
focused toward research, presentation, the latest results we get in our research, and this nice gathering of interactive event with everybody around, meeting people from different countries and exchange knowledge, make more connections. Especially for, I think, professors and teachers and university instructors from the university here and from Indonesia in general. They will get contact with some leaders in this field coming from all over the world.
It will be a great event,
It's a
because
very big event.
maybe participants will get so many benefits
Yes.
from these events, right?
I agree with that.
Because something like you said that the event give a good connection, means good network, a whole world. Yeah. Okay. The next question maybe.
Okay, what I want to ask is, how many days will ISPEN will be held right now?
It will be held for 3 days.
It will be held for 3 days. And what are real benefits that all the participants of ISPEN will be get?
I think everybody will get something. That's meaning, let's start with the main focus for us as researcher and instructors in the different universities is the undergraduate students. So undergraduate students will be exposed to new knowledge, particularly at this university. Now, the speakers will also present their work, their latest result in the work in the laboratory, and the teachers, professors, instructors, students from Indonesia will get the chance to connect directly with people coming from all over the world, and this will make networking. Some students would like to continue their study somewhere, or to go work in a laboratory, and this laboratory, or so on. So I think it's a great experience for everyone.
So we can do something like research together, right? Collaboration in research.
Yes, of course. This is the way usually most people at this, at the academic level and at the research level would like to have connection with certain people in their field or in their interest. So this is the chance to go. We would like to go and meet this person and ask them, some questions. And of course, some professor may be looking for some students or, master level students to go somewhere abroad to work. So this is a great opportunity. And sometimes we would like to meet this person who's doing this kind of research because this is my interest. So I want to go and meet that person. And some people would like to attend just for the interaction. So the dean of my school from Jordan, actually, he will be coming tomorrow just to have some connection and maybe some future collaboration. Because in my university we are trying to establish a new sport and nutrition program for undergraduate level. So maybe it would be the opportunity to meet some students, some doctors, professors in this field.
Okay. Aris, are you interested in going to Jordan?
Of course.
Maybe he will get a scholarship, or maybe you can support professor. Because
honest,
he's a smart student.
I mean,
He looks very smart. He looks very smart.
I've never heard about Jordan in particular ways. What are their cultures, or maybe they're specifically in their country? Do you know what is the special of Jordan?
Yes, and first of all,
Jordan is a beautiful country.
Really?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Jordan is part of the Arab world. Part of the Middle East, and Jordan is a place where there's a long history sites from thousands of years, and we have also Petra. If you know the word Petra, Petra is one of the seven wonder of the world.
Okay. Wow.
So one of them, it's a whole city graved in the mountain. So once you go there, you will see the color of the city changes with the sun, and you will know about the Arab culture at that period of time and how they think of the engineering of that. And also there are some parts, I think for Indonesia would be very interesting, the desert side. Because you will see the camel, and you see the sand and so on. And this place called Wadi Rum in Jordan, people come from all over the world to visit this place. And I'm very happy to promote Jordan. And
of course.
I would be very happy to see you visiting Jordan. Yes.
Jadi memang ya, Sobat Unggul, Jordan ini adalah negara yang sangat bagus, cantik begitu ya, karena itu kan padang pasir, perpaduan antara kultur Arabiannya, tetapi dengan modernitas. Kemudian ada satu di antara 7 keajaiban dunia itu juga ada di Jordan.
Itu keren
begitu banget ya, keren ya. Jadi, are you interested in going to Jordan?
Let's go there, shall we?
As soon as possible, ya. As soon as possible.
Let's go.
Okay. So, let's continue about the ISPAN. So, what topic will you present tomorrow?
Okay, I will present a couple of topics actually. Tomorrow will be my first topic for undergraduate students. It's a workshop. And this workshop will talk about how to control exercise intensity. There are many ways we control the exercise intensity. Using, for example, most of us know about heart rate or the distance you run or the duration of exercise and so on. And there is some method that a lot of people don't know about. This method called perceived exertion. It's the way we feel the exercise intensity. How can we employ this in writing exercise programs? For the diet or for sport, for exercise and so on. That's the first topic.
Okay, this is the first topic.
Yes, this will be more focused for undergraduate students to learn the way to deal with exercise. As they are sport and nutrition, they can combine the information with the nutrition and sports.
They can be a consultant, right?
Yes, they
Because
can.
they can combine with health sciences. Okay,
Yeah, when we see
nutrition.
anyone exercise, if you yourself you exercise, you always want to know what I'm doing. One of the aspects of
Yeah.
exercise program is the intensity of exercise.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of this,
Yeah.
I mean, there is the duration of exercise, how long you are going to exercise. You have the intensity of exercise. You have the repetition. How many times you are going to do this exercise? No, one aspect is the exercise intensity. So my presentation tomorrow is concerning about exercise intensity, how it's measured, and what is this, what we call perceived exertion or rating of perceived exertion. How can we use it in exercise testing and in exercise prescription? Once we write a program, and then we say to you, you can exercise at this intensity, at this intensity, using this method of controlling the exercise intensity. That's the first topic.
Yeah. But I think if we are talking about something like, we are so busy, and maybe we have some diseases that we cannot do exercise better compared with anybody else. So what do you think about that? Is there any formula, or maybe we can be a consultant again for that person?
First of all, I think everybody can exercise. Everybody.
Yeah.
I think
But maybe-
once they say that, if you want to exercise, you have to consult your, do consultation with your doctor. It's maybe wrong. Maybe if you don't want to exercise, you have to do the consultation with your doctor. If you decide not to exercise, so meaning that you can exercise in whatever health conditions, almost in everything. Maybe the only way you would not exercise when you have high fever, but other than that, if you have a surgery or operation, the doctor asks you to exercise the same day. And if you have like health condition like diabetes, then you need to use exercise to heal, to protect yourself and heal. If you are you have a heart disease, then you want to use exercise. Most likely you will use it in exercise rehabilitation programs. So now everybody wants
Can
to
do
exercise.
exercise,
Everybody can do. But again, that's why we have certain ways to control for intensity, for duration, and so on.
Yeah.
But I did not tell you about the second topic.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the second topic?
Yeah, the second topic is different than the first one. It's focused more in the research. Now, my research is in exercise during Ramadan.
Okay.
Ramadan,
very
Ramadan fasting, as you know, it could come any time of the year.
Everybody will be lazy to do exercises.
Now
Exactly.
this one, and also for exercise for like athletes in the world, like Indonesian athletes who are from who Muslim Indonesian, will have to deal with the Ramadan. So Ramadan changes every year, and the events like the Olympics cannot change because of Ramadan. Until now, they don't change so they have to compete, like what happens with the London Olympic.
So it's quite complicated, right?
Yeah, so they have to compete. And also Muslim, you cannot ask a Muslim not to fast because of Ramadan, because of exercise. You cannot say to them, no, you cannot do Ramadan, you have to keep, but they have to keep exercising. So this impose a problem. That's how can we deal with that? So that's what my research too.
It's
also.
very great how to do exercise in
I want to listen about
Ramadan.
it, actually.
So, would you please explain it to us, the formula?
Yeah.
To
Spill it a little bit.
How to find the solution?
It's actually, I mean, I cannot find the solution. No one can find the solution. I think the solution is first is complicated, and many different players has to do something with that. For example, the players has to learn how to adapt with Ramadan, how to cope with Ramadan, what kind of exercise, when to exercise, and so on. Now, the organizer, the organizer maybe need to do some effort in the organization of the event. For example, if it's possible, like what we did with the World Cup, Football World Cup, we changed the time, between the summer and the
course.
winter because of Qatar.
Yeah.
So in the Olympics, if this comes in the middle of Ramadan,
Yeah.
since we are talking about two billion people, fasting, maybe we can adapt a little bit the organization of the event. Yes, another issue, the regulation. For example, in Europe, the regulation, some country allow to stop the game because to break the fast for the players. So the player, once they play, they are fasting, so they have to eat something, at the time
Like
of
for
the
a minute,
prayer, right?
Yeah.
So some federation in Europe does not allow to stop the game. So what happens that some colleagues of the players, they pretend as if they are injured, and they stop the game to allow. So that's one of the issues.
So
now,
there is no reason,
but as a researcher, we try to see what's the effect of Ramadan on the various physiological parameters. What happens at the beginning of Ramadan, end of Ramadan, and how to deal with that. So I think we need to do more research in this area because it's a very important issue for so many people in the world.
It's very great research. So I cannot imagine that I'm the researcher, how to do exercise in Ramadan, especially for the professionals, professionals players, because many times they cannot, do exercises, but I think it's quite difficult. But is there any formula to maybe minimize the obstacles?
The tips and tricks.
Not one formula. As I said, it's many facets or many sides of the story in here. It's not only one side. I think
Is it
what we need,
right?
we can do, for example, we can study the sleeping pattern, how they sleep. Now, for example, you don't sleep the same way in Ramadan during out of Ramadan. So I have done some basic survey in my school. I found more than 30% of the students come to my school and exercise without sleeping at all.
Okay.
So now we need to use common sense. Common sense, we know it.
Yes.
We know it. For example, once you have an exercise tomorrow, you should sleep very well tonight. Right? You cannot stay all night.
You have to sleep enough,
Of course. So the second, for example, you have to be hydrated. You have to drink enough water. Right? If you don't have enough water, then you will suffer from that the next day. Now, the third thing, maybe you need to focus when to exercise. So there is some discussion about when to exercise. One of most people would like to use the time just before breaking the fast, before Maghrib. Just like 2 hours.
I think it's more effective, right?
Once you finish your fasting period, then
so you can break your fast.
Can break it. And there is a window after that, physiologically, there is a window that you can use carbohydrate to store, carbohydrate faster. You can use the protein faster. So that's where the research comes into play.
I agree with that.
It's very great. I'm speechless.
But to be honest, I'm doing the exercise 2 hours before breaking a fast, even though I'm not even lose weight so much, but slowly but surely it effective actually.
Actually, one of the results of the research I'm doing with the collaboration with my team with Algeria, we found almost similar results, and we found that during that period, when you are fasting and exercising, probably you use more fat than in a normal day, which is a great benefits for your health. So once you are fasting and you do your exercise, you probably use more fat than the normal time. Why? Because your body does not have enough carbohydrate. So it starts relying more and more on the fat resources of your body. So that's something that maybe
Yeah.
you know.
Jadi tidak berarti itu kalau puasa selalu membuat kita kurus loh.
Betul.
Kadang-kadang bisa naikin berat badan
Iya.
juga. Karena pengaturan makannya pada saat sahur dan pada saat breaking fast-nya itu berlebih gitu ya.
Iya, betul.
So I think we have to manage our food ya, even though maybe we get a fast, but for sahur time and the breaking fast, so we have to manage food ya.
That's another aspect of research. Is what can you get in sahur? And how many meal can you get during the night?
Yeah.
And how can you do that and does not
Okay.
affect sleeping?
Okay.
Because if you want to eat several times or if
Okay.
you exercise at night,
yeah.
then you might have to sleep during the afternoon. Yes, yes, this is part of the research, and I think we are concerned about research. In Indonesia and Jordan, we are more concerned about this research than European because it's not a big issue for them. Although now,
Okay.
in the next 20 years, always the Champion League will be during Ramadan.
Yeah.
And as you know, like for some European teams, even national teams,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe some of them, more than half the players are Muslim.
Okay.
Yes.
So the players in the field, like European, like French players, maybe more than half of them fast. They play while they are fasting.
Yeah.
So that's why the federation in the world will be concerned about Ramadan now,
Okay,
because
yeah.
for the next, Ramadan is coming closer and closer now,
Yeah.
right? During the year.
Yeah.
So during the games will be for next 20 years, Ramadan will be in the middle of the games.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
very hard for the players, right?
Yeah, that's why we have to, strengthen our community, our association, yeah? Because we have to speak up,
Yeah.
okay? There is a international competition in Ramadan, so maybe we can give advice that they can delay, or maybe they can make it fast, okay?
I think the first important thing is to, just as you mentioned, we have to speak out.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Okay.
What you
Yeah.
just mentioned.
Yeah.
Why? We want to say Ramadan is different.
Yeah.
We have to deal with Ramadan. Ramadan is something very important for a big part of the world.
Muslims, yes.
If you look at the map,
Yes.
you will see how many countries in the world are concerned with this.
Okay.
And the exercise and performance and the sport is secondary for those people compared to fasting Ramadan.
Yeah.
If you ask someone in Indonesia,
Okay.
most
Yeah.
people, if you say, do not fast, you do your exercise or you do your sport event, I think more than 50% will not accept.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do we respect those people or we don't? That's a question.
Yes.
Now, do
have
we
to
want to
respect,
have fair play or not fair play?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you ask me to compete with you and I am fasting in, do you know how
Yeah,
many
yeah.
hours they fast in London last
yeah.
time? Do you know how many hours?
More than 10 hours?
I think 19 almost.
19.
Wow.
19 or
Oh, my
18
goodness.
London Olympics. Can you imagine if I am
Yeah,
fasting like 10 or 12 hours, then I have to compete with you and you have a lot of water and
Yeah.
But this is a very important issue.
Yeah, it's
You
very
know,
important issue. Yes.
Muslim people represent a very big amount,
Yeah.
That's the point.
Average approximately more than 2 billion.
yes,
Yeah.
more than 2
Muslim
billion.
people.
And
all
how many
around the world.
countries? How many countries are concerned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is we need to include those people in this event, in the right way, in the fair play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think it's fair for Indonesian player to compete
Okay,
with
it's not fair, of
a
course.
European?
Yeah. It's
I
not
agree
fair.
with that. It's
But
not-
do you think it's fair for a Muslim player to say to him not to fast
Yeah.
because of the
It's
event?
fair. It's fair. Kalau for example, if in Ramadan, so I think we cannot compare with the European players, right? Because they are not fasting
yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the problem if we push like the Olympic Games 2 weeks more or before?
Okay.
What
Yeah.
to allow this number of people to participate
Okay.
Yes,
freely?
I agree.
Yeah, I get the point. We can understand what we are talking about. I think it's very good. He's a true teacher.
Oh, thank you.
I got a lot of insight.
Okay, there are two
I'm
topics.
learning from you now.
There are 2 topics. So you will present 3 topics, right?
2.
2. Okay, 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your call to action for the people, Indonesian people? Because we want to end this interview.
Yes.
So what is the call to action? Your advices.
Your hopes after this.
Actually, I cannot give a very clear advice because I'm not familiar about what's going on in Indonesia. But the thing that I have seen and I followed in my discussion with Dr. Kaswari, I understand that there is a very big movement toward exercise and health and the different kind of programs and sport and nutrition. Try to integrate this in the academic world and in sport, and this is very important. Yesterday I went for a walk around the national stadium and I saw the number of people who are exercising. It's just amazing. It's wonderful to see this, high number of people thinking about physical activity, and I know that I am sure that many experts in Indonesia are working, about in relation to physical activity and health and promoting more and more health. And now we see more and more like average person, and also we see aged population or even some patients with different kind of diseases, they exercise, and this is wonderful to see. And the call of action, I think, is just to keep on moving this trend that's happening in Indonesia and happening in all over the world. I think, I mean, the Middle East, I think we are late in the physical activity approach now.
Thank you very much, Prof.
Thank you.
You are a true teacher for us.
Oh, I have been
Actually looking forward to listening to more of your interesting in something, but of course because the time is not limits.
Thank
a
you
big
very
thank you
for coming.
Very big honor for Professor Dabayebeh to be willing to attend to our podcast. It's truly an honor for you.
Thank you very much.
Dan sebelum kita tutup ya, Ari sebelum menutup, memang tidak ada alasan tidak olahraga.
Betul.
Apapun kondisinya, mau mungkin kita lagi sakit atau kita lagi dalam kondisi katakanlah Ramadan tadi begitu ya, kita harus terus berolahraga karena berolahraga itu sangat penting untuk kesehatan kita.
Dan terima kasih banyak yang menyempatkan waktu untuk bergabung dalam podcast kami kali ini. Dan jangan lupa untuk subscribe, share info podcast ini ke teman-teman, keluarga, dan dosen kalian. Dengan demikian, kami akan berkumpul kembali dalam episode berikutnya untuk mengeksplorasi lebih banyak topik yang menarik dan menginspirasi. Sampai jumpa, dan stay healthy and stay well. Sampai jumpa, Sobat Unggul.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.